Guys, welcome to Handmade Home. I'm Hester and today I'm gonna show you how to make a baby busy board. I have a very active 10-month-old on my hands. She really loves to explore and touch everything she's not supposed to touch. She's a baby after all, so I thought I'll make her a busy board. Some of you might like to call it a sensory board. It's a piece of timber with lots of things stuck to it, like hinges, locks, laces, zippers, everything that they can touch and explore and learn about how they work. And quite often you see these busy boards freestanding, but for me it's a bit safer to have it actually stuck to the door, because Kiki really likes to climb on top of everything and I can see her sort of falling over this board. So I thought if I stuck it to the door, it's safer, but it's also better when you have a small room, because when it is tucked away, you don't have to clutter in your living room. So have a look how easy it is to make your own busy board. My piece of plywood is 70 by 40 centimeters, but use any size that's good for you. Make sure you sand the corners and the sides really smooth, and you can paint your board by keeping mine nice and plain. And you have lots of hardware goodies. I raided my shed, went to my local haberdashery and to my local Wilco and got all these little bits and pieces. I got hinges and doorknobs and a swivel wheel. I got a door stopper, a little bicycle bell, I got more locks, I got this brush thing for cables, I got these little mirrors, and a little light, and a couple of closures for coats. Start by placing everything on your board and keep going until you have a composition you really like. Got all my bits and pieces all laid out on my piece of timber, and now it's just a case of attaching them. Most pieces you can simply screw in. Some pieces just are self-adhesive, like these mirrors. To attach the zipper, I like to use a little washer around my screw, just to make sure you don't tear the fabric. I did run out of washers though, so for the other side I use little nuts. I'm using one of Kiki's milk powder scoops. It's a little wheel. What I've done, I put a washer around a screw, stuck it to the middle, make sure it goes nice and through, and then put some more washers on the bottom of the scoop as well, and then screw it in place, because the washers now has a bit of space to wiggle around. To attach the screw-in eyes, you could drill a hole through the board, but I like to do this a cheat way. I just drive a screw through the board, I bring it back up, and then use this little hole to screw in the eye. Use something long like a screwdriver to make sure the eye is nice and secure. And then thread the rope through the eyes, and at the end do a double knot to make sure it's nice and secure. This is a nylon rope, so I'm using a lighter just to sear the end so it doesn't fray away. These bolts stick out a bit, so she can play with these washers that are around it. To make sure the bolts stay in place, you need 2 nuts and some washers. You put your washers around, then a nut. Once this is on the right distance, you insert your bolt and put the other nut at the bottom. Make sure the nuts are nice and tight, and then the sticks are in place and she can play with the washers. Everything's in place now, and have a little see if everything works. I got these locks and these little things to play with, little D-rings, some more rings, a little hinge. There's some brush plates, there's some closures, there is this nylon rope, one little scoop, some hooks, zipper, little bicycle bell, and the light. The light I'm still not quite sure about. I don't know if it's too bright for Kiki's eyes, but it's just on a little eyelet, so I can always take it off and put something else on. To attach my board in place, I put these 2 D-rings on the back of the board. So you could, of course, drill your board directly into the door as well for some extra security. It's going to hang it in place, and I think this board turned out quite nice. But let's have Kiki over to have a little play. noticed the board comes away from the door quite a lot, and I thought it wasn't too safe. Also, I'm a bit worried you might go behind the board and play with it that way. If you screw it directly into the door, you won't have this problem, but unfortunately I have to have something that's removable, as I'm using this door quite a lot for photo shoots. So what I have done, I attached a bit of elastic to a washer, screwed it into the back of the board and made this loop. The loop I can hook around these screws I made into the door, so it's more secure. I think Kiki should have another go. I think that Kiki is quite happy with the gift. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it on your social media. Have a look on hester'shandmadehome.com for more interior and craft ideas for your home. I'll be back with a new video soon. Hope to see you then. I'm just tidying up. And Kermit, you're always ready to pose, aren't you? So it's my turn now.